Welcome, focused learners, to this explainer. Today, we're strapping in and bringing that high-octane, day-one energy straight to your business. We're going to break down the absolute zero BS strategies pulled directly from the recent August 24th Startup Circle Daily Mastermind debrief. Look, if you're tired of theoretical fluff and want to know exactly how real operators are moving the needle right this second, well, you are in the exact right place. We're about to demystify fast revenue and completely reset how you look at growth.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to really ask yourself right now, where's the absolute fastest revenue in your business? Seriously, where's your next dollar actually coming from? Most entrepreneurs, when you push them on this, they're going to point to some marketing campaign they haven't launched yet or a funnel that's, still being built. But I'm here to challenge you to completely rethink that assumption because the mastermind data points to something radically different.
We all kind of fall into this trap, right? We constantly chase the myth of scaling through a shiny new ad account. The promise of infinite returns that, honestly, usually just burns cash. But in doing that, we totally ignore the unsexy, undeniable reality sitting right there in our pockets, our phones. Your fastest revenue isn't a complex new marketing matrix, it's literally hiding in your existing contacts. We constantly look outward for new leads, completely ignoring the absolute goldmine we're already holding in our hands.
So to get us operating at peak efficiency, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The day one decision. 2. Validate before you spend. 3. Your hidden revenue goldmine. And 4. Survival funds thrive mode. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The day one decision, setting your focus. Because honestly, it all comes down to how you treat your Monday.
You see, that Monday day one energy, it's a deliberate decision, not just some fleeting mood. It's definitely not about waiting around to feel motivated. It's about choosing to set a hyper-focused operational standard the absolute minute your week begins. And that standard starts right here. Before you touch a single tactic, you must name one specific, measurable outcome for the week. You simply cannot manage what you don't define. If your goal for the week is just make more sales or grow the audience, honestly, you've already lost.
Let's ground that abstract advice with a real example straight from the debrief. Look at Justin's stated outcome for the week. 2 new fractional COO clients at $5K per month each by Friday. Notice how incredibly sharp that is. It's not just get clients. It specifies the quantity, the exact service, the specific recurring revenue value, and a hard deadline. This is what a specific, dated weekly outcome actually looks like, and it dictates exactly what actions he needs to take, and frankly, what he must completely ignore for the next 5 days.
This specific focus builds the foundation for the success pyramid we discussed in the session. Notice how personal alignment, the right you, always precedes strategy. Only after you have the right mindset and the right knowledge can you effectively deploy the right vehicle at the right time. You can't just skip ahead to the vehicle without having the right you locked in first. It just doesn't work.
Which brings us perfectly into Section 2, validate before you spend, the growth myth.
There is this highly dangerous misconception out there that paid ads are your very first step to scale. Well, here is the tough love coming directly from the mastermind. Do not spend a single dollar on paid ads until your offer is manually validated. Period. Skipping the unscalable, gritty work of manual warm outreach and immediately bleeding cash on cold traffic? That is exactly how growth stage businesses die. Cold traffic is the absolute last step in your marketing journey. Never, ever the first. You absolutely have to prove traction manually first.
To see this playing out in real time, let's turn to the community intel log and an accountability check with Bilal. Bilal had successfully validated his LinkedIn outreach, so naturally his next question to the mastermind was about turning on paid ads. But the coaching he received was strict. Hold off. Even with early validation, the discipline here is to hold the line and completely maximize your organic and warm channels before you even think about turning on that expensive cold traffic faucet.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the concept of capture architecture. This is your internal infrastructure, things like list building mechanics and newsletter opt-ins that absolutely must be built ahead of any viral push. The mastermind stressed that chasing virality without this architecture in place is just utterly pointless. Why? Because virality without capture architecture converts to absolute zero in revenue. It's just vanity.
All right, Section 3, your hidden revenue goldmine, the truth about warm outreach. So if we aren't running ads, how are we getting that fast revenue? How do we execute this validation phase using assets you already possess? Well, I want you to burn this number into your brain, 20. This isn't some vanity metric like 20,000 views or 2,000 likes. No, this is a gritty, boots-on-the-ground number. This represents the precise volume of phone calls community member Justin made to his existing warm network. Just 20 phone calls.
And this brilliantly illustrates the power of that hidden gold mine. Those 20 calls, they resulted in 4 closed clients in under 30 days. Let that sink in. Think about the conversion rate there. 4 closed clients from just 20 conversations. And the kicker? 0 social media was required. Absolutely no viral posts, no complex funnels, just picking up the phone and talking to people who already know and trust you.
The reason Justin's strategy worked so incredibly well is simple. Distribution and trust are the real moat right now, not the tool. In today's super-saturated landscape, a massive volume of reps and the deep trust you've already built within your network will effortlessly beat out sporadic posting and flashy new software tools every single time. Trust is the ultimate currency, and you've already banked it with your existing contacts. This leads us right to our final phase, Section 4, Survival Funds Thrive Mode, the long game reality. We really need to completely reframe this common entrepreneurial shame. So many founders out there feel like they're somehow failing if they have to take on side work. But the critical shift here is realizing that survival mode, freelance work and side income, is absolutely not a compromise. It is a necessary strategic bridge. You use the immediate cash flow from survival mode to aggressively fund the rocket ship build of thrive mode, which is where the core business successfully covers all the bills on its own.
The mastermind community has actually coined a term for this whole philosophy, the Ronin way. It basically means proudly embracing side income to fund your survival while you systematically construct your core business. And we see this actively happening in the community intel log right now. Bhandari is officially a new Ronin, currently building a book lead gen funnel. Christelle is repositioning his Bliss House Studios. They aren't sitting around waiting for perfection. They are out there doing exactly what it takes to fund the dream.
In fact, this concept is so incredibly powerful that the mastermind is packaging it into a tangible, monetizable offer right now. This is a live proposal from the session, the Ronin 360 offer, priced at $9.97 for 3 calls over 30 days. Christelle even jumped in with feedback requesting a done-for-you component. This just shows you exactly how a sharp community identifies a vital survival mode strategy and immediately engineers it into a real, sellable product.
So the crucial point is execution. Here is your immediate execution checklist directly from the mastermind to you. 1. Set a specific, dated weekly outcome before you touch a single tactic. 2. Audit your existing phone network for warm outreach opportunities immediately. 3. Build your capture architecture before you ever try to go viral. And 4. Hold off on all paid ads until you have manually validated your offer.
Which brings us to the final question you have to answer today. Will you bleed cash chasing cold traffic this week, getting completely distracted by shiny tools and unvalidated ads? Or will you step up, do the real, unsexy work, and actually call your existing network? The fastest revenue is waiting for you right now. It's your move. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.